Hi guys, welcome back to the synopsis recaps. Before we begin, warning, spoilers ahead. Today, I'm going to provide an explanation for a 2020 American science fiction and mystery film known as The Unhealer. The film starts off evolved with an antique and fragile guy, Reverend Pfluger, who is performing some sort of ritual of the Indian burial grounds. All of a sudden a lightning bolt strikes, which reasons him to be thrown away with a grin on his face. He then is going away, indicating that the ritual succeeds. See movements to a crew referred to as Kelly, who suffers from eating sickness referred to as pica. He as a substitute chooses to consume the styrofoam cups with inside the ramen inside. Shortly afterwards, his bully classmates, led with the aid of using Nelson, confront him. They even name him a trash boy. Dominique involves shield him. However, the lads forget about her and begin cramming him right into a trash bin. While one in every of them records the movement after the men run away, Dom gives him a experience to high school with Sarah's automobile, however rejected via way of means of Sarah. Lengthy tale quick, Kelly arrives at faculty, at the same time as ingesting a styrofoam cup. At faculty, all of his pals are giggling at him due to the fact the video has unfolded some of the college students after college. Kelly returns domestic and meets his mother Bernice at the same time as assisting her. He selections up the receipt and eats it on the alternative side. Dom's mother thinks she is falling in love with Nelson. However, Dom denies it due to the fact it is not possible for her to have an overwhelm on a bully. She is pissed. When her mother additionally thinks that Kelly is a peculiar boy, seems that Dom has it emotions in the direction of Kelly on the grounds that junior excessive faculty. See actions to examine Elk, a Native American who simply figures out that hidden energy stored within inside the burial web page has been stolen. The consuming disease has introduced a poor effect toward Kelly's body. He is weakened, undernourished. The physician cannot assist him, due to the fact he thinks it's far a mental issue. Pfluger, in the end, seems once more this time. He claims to have a superpower which could heal any illness. He manages to therapy an vintage woman's disease, simply through touching her, which shocks all of the human beings close by. For first rate sees the miracle and asks for the antique guy's assist to heal Kelly. He consents to achieve this abruptly. Pink Elkins grunts Pfluger and slaps him, however the ache is transferred to him. Instead, the antique guy feels no ache in any respect. Proper out then exhibits that the recuperation electricity does now no longer belong to him and it'll smash him. Eventually, he urges Pfluger to present the energy lower back, however the cocky vintage guy refuses and is going away. Bernice returns domestic, bringing Pfluger with him. Kelly's situation is getting worse, and he without delay begins off evolve the restoration process. However, it appears that evidently the antique guy all of sudden consents. Kelly's feeling uncomfortable. He takes a brief spoil and consumes his magic powder. And continues treating the terrible younger boy. However, Pfluger feels an excruciating ache whilst touching Kelly, inflicting the cigarette to give way to Kelly's chest. He attempts to face up to the ache, however he all at once falls and dies at the spot. A few moments later Kelly, magically will become extra active and says that he's hungry. Lengthy tale quick, the police arrive in one and every of them. Adler figures out that the burn hollow with inside the chest due to the cigarette in advance has vanished, which makes Kelly's mother confused. The subsequent day, Kelly by accident cuts his finger at the same time as solving seeing his motorcycle. However, a miracle occurs because the wound magically disappears. He then attempts to give an explanation for it to his mother, however she does not accept as true with him. At the same time as on his manner to high school, Kelly meets Tom and Sarah, who are amazed to peer him in higher form and greater healthful than yesterday. After they depart study, Nelson's brother confronts Kelly and begins off evolved punching him. However, the ache is transferred to examine. Even as Kelly feels no ache in any respect. He even tries to harm him with a block of wood, however fails, figuring out that he cannot beat the new addition of Kelly. Examine runs away with bruises all over his face. Later that night, gasps reads, father and soccer train at their faculty involves affirm what took place to his son. Kelly states that study harm himself. Guest would not accept as true with him, however Bernice forces them to go away. Kelly in the end famous his ache moving capitential to his mother, pronouncing that no one will ever harm them again. He even can face up to the cigarette lighter day after today. While with inside the lecture room, Kelly begins off evolved his wild creativeness, picturing himself with Dom, who turns into nodding Sarah, who hates Ellie with inside the actual world. Also joins them noticeably. The sensation from the creativeness also influences Dom and Sarah in actual existence, inflicting Sarah to scream and pride at a campfire event the men attempt to disturb and seduce Dom. However, this time Kelly seems and defends her. They nearly interact in a fight. Luckily Gus is available and separates them at the same time as on his manor home. Kelly is noticed with the aid of using the lads and that they try and scare him. Kelly panics and attempts to keep away from the auto. However, he falls off her motorcycle with inside the automobile, by accident hits him. However, Kelly isn't always injured in any respect with inside the automobile driver. Brad gets all of the ache as a substitute, which kills him right away. The meeting boys are terrified once they see Kelly as Kay and run far from the scene, now no longer lengthy after the police and the others arrived on the crime scene, wherein Kelly explains the chronology to his mother and exhibits his energy to Dom. On the opposite side, Nelson states that Kelly purposely pulled himself in the front of an automobile and Brad changed into killed through the airbag. Kelly's courting with Dom is getting higher and higher. Kelly even requested Tom out for a date. However, the men need revenge and plan an approach at paintings. Pink L confronts Kelly and questions on how he ought to live to tell the tale from the auto crash. He then exhibits that Pfluger helped him and is aware of not anything approximately the electricity. Kelly then returns domestic, wherein he unearths his mother isn't in excellent circumstance. He then is going out to shop for an aspirin outside the house. The men were ready and assume that it changed into Bernice, who went away. They execute the plan and begin pulling the box's basis with Gus's vehicle, inflicting it to crumple and destroy the fuel line pipe. Pretty's attempts to break out, however, the house all at once explodes due to fuel line leaks, killing her. Right away, Kelly returns domestic as shocked, whilst he reveals out her mom has passed away. Immediately Kelly returns domestic is very greatly surprised when he unearths out her mom has handed away. He is delivered to the health facility, wherein Adler seems and attempts to assist him unexpectedly. Pink L confronts Adler, telling him that Kelly is possessing their ancestors' electricity and asks him to assist him retrieve the strength after his mother's funeral. Kelly is going to Pfluger's grave and by accident eats a vine, inflicting him to go through in vomit. Sarah witnesses the occasion and is going away. Adler tries to assist the bad child through providing him to transport to a foster-owned circle of relatives. Whilst on their manor, Adler states that the field helps have been purposely pulled out and his mother's dying wasn't an accident. A few moments later, Nelson with inside the boys who are on their manor to the river meet Kelly and ridicule him from their automobile. Since then, Kelly concludes that they are the perpetrators at the back of his mom's loss of life. He then jumps out from the sheriff. Kelly finally spots the lads who are having a laugh on the riverside. Tucker jumps into the water, and the alternative begin throwing him with rocks. Kelly sneaks in and takes Tucker's blouse as usual. He eats it earlier than the use of it to strangle himself. Tucker, right now, feels the impact, inflicting him to drown. Nelson attempts to assist him. All examine as strolling away. However, it's miles too past due. Kelly then indicates up and tries to do the equal thing. But Adler arrives on time and Kelly flees. Tucker is lifeless and Adler begins off-evolved interrogating the men. They Ellen that it turned into Kelly's fault. Having heard approximately Tucker's incident, Dom urges him to prevent killing humans. She idea to cause them to confess. Instead, day after today in chemistry elegance, Kelly suggests up past due and makes him using of Tony, forcing him to confess that he's his mother's killer. Tony is livid and pours chemical answer in the direction of Kelly's face. However, it burns Tony's face alternatively and right away kills him. The ladies are very greatly surprised and Kelly runs away even as Different arrives on the elegance that nights are tactics. Nelson telling him what she saw in advance on the funeral. They visit the Pfluger's grave and harvest the plant that brought about Kelly to go through in advance. Nelson prepares the concoction and shops it in an extinguisher. The subsequent day, Adler unearths the chains that have been used to drag out Kelly's. Field helps and Gus's chews up. He then right away confronts the men and forces them to admit, however they maintain mendacity, pronouncing that they recognize not anything on the alternative side. Kelly sneaks in and steals a strength drill from Nelson's automobile. He then all at once indicates up together along with his weapon at the same time as Nelson is likewise geared up together along with his extinguisher. Starts drilling his personal knee, inflicting Nelson to experience the precise ache. Adler finally believes what Red Elk stated in advance at the same time as Dom comes and tells him to prevent. Nelson tries to shoot him with a liquid, which weakens. Kelly simply takes gain of this and attempts to shoot him with Adler's gun. However, the bullet kills him and Nelson. Instead, Dom is disenchanted with Kelly and begs him to present the strength lower back to study Elk. He then reluctantly consents. Lengthy tale brief. Examine Elk can regulate start the energy moving right in the front of Pfluger's grave. However, the electricity has been a part of him and that they don't have any choice. However, to kill him, Dom enables Kelly to break out. However, the police shoot them, inflicting them to be thrown away to Pfluger's grave. He cannot shop Kelly and blames the antique guy for giving him such electricity. The enraged Kelly then eats Pfluger's coronary heart and dies. At the cease of the film, with inside the ambulance, Dawn all of a sudden comes again to lifestyles, indicating that the energy has been transferred to her. The end. Like and subscribe to watch more videos like this, and don't forget to turn on your notifications. That really helps my channel. Thanks for watching.